God got to the grave, from the grave. Glory, got 70, God got to the grave, from the grave. Dear Lord, it's me again. I'm calling on you. You did it before. I believe that you can do it again. Somebody calling you right now, Lord. If it ain't one thing we need, somebody else needs you for another. Please, son, look and have mercy. Have mercy over our home, Lord. Have mercy. Have mercy. God's gonna turn it around. God's gonna turn it around.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis, the ruler, on the ones and the twos. And y'all, apparently, the odds are just not working with us on the sound, but I'm back and we are doing our thing. So if you was lost a little bit, you wondering where you was at, you're going to have to jump out the last chat, jump into the new one. We'll be listening for the sound. I think we got a little internet-ish issues. But
it's the weather.
It's the weather.
I feel like anytime it's inclement weather or a cloud, connections be a little off.
This ain't DirecTV. Blame it on the rain. Hey, let me say this. What's up to the Saints of WBGX 1570 AM? You join us every day at 6:30 AM. The Saints join us every day 6:30 AM from 6:30 to 8 on WBGX 1570 AM. Give us a call, 872-259-7474, 872-259-7474. Yep, Jerome, we are back. Also want to say what's up to all the people, not always the sinners, that rock with us every day, Monday through Friday, 6 to 9. Monday through Friday, 6 to 9. I want to take a moment of silence for Sweet Charlie Brown. Sweet Charlie. Black people don't say Charlie. They say Charlie in Chicago. Charlie and Joe. Sweet Charlie Brown, referee also on the world-famous DuSable team that they said was part of the most controversial game in IHSA history. Basically, they stole it from them for the white boys. Like, they had the best team. They was whooping everybody. And they said they had, in the last 3 minutes, they had, like, 10 foul. Like, they was making, like, shots, like, at half court and went and going. And they would be like, travel! So they called it the most controversial game because it was DuSable playing a down. I can't remember who the team was downstate. I don't really care. But he said he never complained about it, and he became, like, one of the most famous basketball reps in the area. Sweet Charlie Brown, he died. That game was in IHSA. So he passed away. To everybody from DuSable in Chicago, we lost a basketball icon, so we will give him a moment of silence. Wait a minute. 3,000 subscribers on YouTube? Okay, the last time I looked, it was 1,000. 1,200. I ain't seen no 3,000. When that happen? Okay. I'll take it, though. We're on the march to 10. Can y'all help me get 10,000 YouTube subscribers? Will you take a moment and share the broadcast? Will you comment? Can you share? Do you share YouTube videos? Can you share the morning show video or something? Do something. All right, I'm going to be going through my list.
You know what you really need people to do? What? Go back after the broadcast is over.
And comment. Right. I need people to comment. But I'm going to just tell y'all, I'm going to start going through my list, right? And if I don't see your name on the shares ever, when you be coming through, like, yo, can I? I'm going to be like, you can't click share? Be your own people, man. I tell you. Y'all be trying to be like, I don't want to tell nobody. All right. I'll see how y'all do. All right. Alderperson Leslie Hairston retiring. You see that? I'm going to talk about that a little bit at 7 o'clock because it's just a mass. They ain't y'all been seeing this phenomenon of quiet quitting.
The Great Resignation.
There's the Great Resignation, and there's a thing called quiet quitting, where you feel like you've been doing too much. You don't quit. You just don't do as much. That's like the new thing. That's like as part of the Great Resignation. I feel like the aldermen are like they going from quiet quitting to just straight quitting. Like we quit. Like we.
That's called collecting the check.
Man. Well, Alderperson Hairston says she's retiring, but you know what that also means? It means it's another opportunity in the black community. Shout out to Chris the Critic. Let me not call him Chris the Critic now. He probably needs to change the name of his show. Christopher Chris Levy, you all know him from here as Chris the Critic, has announced that he's running for 5th Ward Alderman. Actually, he announced it a while back. But I really like Chris, so I'm excited for this be an opportunity for him. But I was sitting somewhere else, and people are talking about running there too. But shout out to Chris the Critic. So y'all go to his Facebook page, check him out. He got a website, and he has a rooftop fundraiser coming up. So let's be on the lookout for that. Somebody of our generation. Did you see the police get beat back? Ruthie, I think I got some video from this. Did you see? Oh, see, my computer went down. Did y'all see what went down this weekend with the police?
Street race of people.
Yeah. So check this out.
I saw the video, and I ain't seen too many people that look like me.
That's the funny thing. And now they on King Drive. You saw that? They was doing it on King Drive.
It is a nice boulevard to do that. I don't know.
Ruthie,
I'm just saying they coming where it's.
Did you come around here to talk about you?
Space at?
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna find this video because I woke up, Ruthie, on Sunday to go get my coffee, and when I went to go get my coffee, Ruth and Mo, I noticed that everywhere I was driving, there was tire tracks, like big circles of tire tracks. I got to Madison and Morgan, and I was like, this can't possibly be happening at Madison and Morgan. Do y'all understand what Madison and Morgan, Riis, you know what Madison and Morgan look like? They literally did this joint at Madison and Morgan. I'm about to get y'all some video. Let me see if I can get some video up in there. Ruthie, and then when the police came, they was like, oh, you don't want to.
They had a plan for that too.
Hold on, let me just, how about we do it this way?
But they said those people from all out of the state.
Because you can get away with it in Chicago. Like, I feel like people, here, let me get you the video. See if I can get some volume on this. Uh-oh. Ooh. Oh, dang, I'm on the road. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get y'all some volume. All right, here we go. That's on like a street, y'all.
You see McCormick Place right up there.
Look at all the traffic blocked. Look. Somebody got killed this weekend. Look, and then somebody over here was like, yeah, this is crazy, but they going to be tearing up for NASCAR. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, you ain't going to be able to tell. You ain't going to be able to tell young people nothing now with the NASCAR coming. But how crazy is that? We're going to talk about this in a little bit. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Y'all, that happened this weekend. And it was happening all over the city, Ruthie. It wasn't just in...
It was advertised on social media, though. So they knew it was going to happen.
What?
See, this is my issue. If that was large swaths of black people, it would have been shut down before it started. They would have called in the National Guards. They would have took the dump trucks and closed the streets off. They would have took a big old net and threw it and wrapped everybody up in it. Like, and the thing about, you probably couldn't pay me to stand that close to a...
I just couldn't believe
car in that way, because I ain't contributing to your GoFundMe when the car hit you and something happened.
Oh, nah, then you gonna sue.
Then you should have been more responsive.
Look, Alvin, but NASCAR coming to Chicago. All right, I'm just telling y'all that this is what's going on. All right, then we're going to show the video. I'm trying to find the video I saw. Did you see that video of the police from overhead when the police was trying to stop them? And they beat them all the way back. Like, I was like,
but
damn.
again, I did not have the vantage point to zoom in from the pod camera, but I did not see many people that look like me.
We got to get about this look like me stuff. Black people. They sliding back, Ruthie. They be like, look like me.
And maybe I just didn't get a good view of the crowd, but I saw a lot of Latinos.
That's so.
We ain't supposed to say that?
Hey, you saw it just like I saw it. I was like, what is this doing on King Drive? Do that in Little Belita. But you gonna hit our kids. I can't go to church. They got commerce to do. They like, them Negroes over there ain't got nothing to do.
But see, this is the part that just blows me. In order for this to happen, a few cars have to get the footprint together. So they got to block it off. So you can't tell me that they can't look at the pod cameras and see, and then send them people them letters to their house. And then what, they going to go confiscate the cars under that ordinance?
Well, see, now they changing the, you trying to tell me they ain't changing the, you wouldn't get my license plate. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, if you think about it.
I don't really mind people gathering to have fun and whatnot, but this is just a recipe for something not to go so well. Like, I've been caught in the traffic during was it Mexican Independence Day or whatever it was. I got caught up in that traffic, and it is literally like you literally are a sitting duck and you can't go nowhere. You bet not say nothing. And so God forbid that I'm on my way to an emergency or something.
Sure, God forbid I'm just going home. What you mean you better not say nothing? Somebody gonna say something? Like, if you honk your horn, what you think happened?
No, you are at risk. If with all them Latinos there, I wish you would fix your lips to say something to them.
On King Drive?
When I got caught in that during the Independence Day, it was mob mentality. Meaning that I did not feel safe. Like, as a black person, I did not feel safe, especially if I wanted to speak out, if I wanted to be more of an aggressive driver to try to like push my way through. I did not feel safe or confident doing that, because I knew if I did that, they likely would have pulled me out of my car and jumped me or something. Because
you're a girl.
Didn't they ain't that what they was doing during the uprisings?
What uprisings?
Exactly.
I'm bothered.
But you literally you're powerless to do anything.
The police are powerless to do anything.
And so is the average everyday person. So if you get it kind of make me want to get on social media so I can know where it's happening at, so I can avoid it.
Where do you go on social media? I wonder. Okay, that was deep. We're gonna talk about that a little bit later. All right. Also, Ruthie, this weekend. Oh well, first of all, did you see Brandon Johnson said he's weighing in? People are asking him all over the city to run for mayor. Mm-hmm. So he's going to make a decision. It's forthcoming. Speaking of that, Brandon Johnson stopped by Obsidian this weekend.
Is it like a faux pas type of thing to say you doing it for yourself? Like, you always got to say it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
You got to be like drafted.
Got it.
Like, you got to be humbled by the experiences. Humbled by people. Like, this is not for me. It would, like, Harold Washington was like, y'all got to draft me. Like, I'm not going to just run up out here. So, it's like come on, you could do it.
Even like, hey, bro, nominate me.
Yeah.
That's like,
you could be like,
nominated from the
I
floor.
want to be the president. Right? So, anyway, Stacey Davis Gates told us last week she was not. Brandon Johnson, along with three other, Brandon Johnson, Paul Vallis, Ray Lopez, and Cam Buckner all came by Obsidian for the Black People First meeting, where they highlighted why they wanted to be mayor of the city of Chicago. Following up this week, we'll also have the other candidates are coming in this week. So we are not going to sit back and watch. We'll be there It'll be interesting to say, man, that was some interesting stuff, though. You'd be crazy to hear what people's responses were. But the beautiful part is we got it all on tape. So, we're going to be like, remember that time you had said? Mm-hmm. Roll the tape. Weekend. Oh, speaking of, okay. Also, Ruthie, I went to the Lindblom alumni event, and I dropped off the trophy from the Chicago Alumni Challenge. I must tell you that, like I said, I was a Jackson State honorary alum. I'm going to tell y'all, if I was in the city, I used to say I wanted to go to CVS. Sorry, Harold. But I think the Lindblom Eagles.
You swooping now?
I ain't swoop. I'm honor the Raiders. Honor the Raiders. But
they have food. They give you some food.
Man, you know David Blackman was out there chicken tacoing it up. They had turkey. They had some of everything, and they were so hospitable. But it was like, I didn't even know they had school spirit like that in Chicago.
What? It seemed like this weekend was the high school reunion weekend.
Was it? I feel like
plenty
the last
of clubs,
3.
I saw plenty of high school reunions, like taking over a lot of the small bars and the parks.
Bars. This was straight. Or they took over They was out Midlothian. I was like, you know, this is the first place I ever saw the Klan, right? No, for real. I saw the Klan in Midlothian when I was a kid. Anyway, shout out to the Lindblom Eagles. They had the trophy. It was funny because they was fighting over the trophy. I was like, this is what I'm talking about. We wouldn't have this kind of school spirit in Bolingbrook. Y'all lucky y'all got this. But it was dope to be out there. Oh, it was heavy. They was like, oh, it's heavy. Then you know how didn't nobody care. Then once somebody be like, let me see. Then it was like, give me the trophy. Then it was like, let me take the trophy. Let me take a picture. Let me take the Harold, don't be mad, man.
Don't get mad.
Don't get mad. You know, you should ask them to buy your school.
Don't do Harold.
Take a save CBS.
Don't do Harold. One of our honored servicemen.
I'm just telling you, Lindblom, I gotta tell you, Lindblom had tents. Like, you know how people be having, pop-ups? Mm-hmm. Every class had their own tent with their name decorated.
Wait, what you mean? From where, like, from the 80s, like from the 70s all the way on?
Yeah. They had a tent, a thing, like, and it'd be like, this is class 1988.
That's nice.
It was dope. I mean, it was like it was dope. I had a good time. I did have a good time, and I was planning on being stank, but they wouldn't let me be stank, so I had to. Not stank. Nice. I just planned. Not stank. You know, I was like, yeah, it been a long day.
I bet it was.
I mean, you think about PP1. Then I had the 27th Ward Stay in School Picnic, which was off the chain.
Get some elotes.
I did not get no elotes. I was like, look, you better walk around this park.
I was thinking I asked about the differences between black elotes and Mexican elotes. And somebody told me black people, for the red on the top, instead of like the paprika, they use seasoning salt.
If black people put seasoning salt on mayonnaise, I'm fighting you.
Actually, it's kind of good. If you switch it out, put a little seasoning salt on there.
Niggas put Lawry's on everything. And they can't do it. Be seasoned salt or Lawry's.
It gotta be loud. Nobody like a generic seasoned salt.
That's the worst. You ever been to somebody's cabin and they hand
somebody want the generic seasoned salt.
Right. It just don't even smell the same. All right, let me see what else we got on there. College football kicked off this weekend. Shout out to the Fighting Illini. And how about Justin Fields? 3 touchdowns in one half. Wonderful game, kind of exciting to see. Lastly, I don't know what week this is. Sorry. But the Afghans were on the front page of the Sun-Times as they were resetting and getting resettled and how they're settling in so well in Chicago. And then on the front page of the Tribune was how the the refugees were settling so well in Chicago. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, really?
Good.
Yeah. Now, cut aside check. All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we are going to ask the social media question of the day. I want to talk about street takeovers, but you're going to be laughing at the 2 type I'm talking about. I got more than one kind, and I want to talk about what is our response to them. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm going to let you pick which one we're going to talk about, though. It's the Maze Jackson Show, or we could talk about both. Maze, Riis, and Ruthie will be back.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
This is
is Monster Jam, the official Monster Truck Series. Witness the world's best drivers competing in your favorite Monster Jam trucks. Be part of the action.
Let's hear it. Make some noise.
Brought to you by Great Clips. Get your savings coupon from participating Great Clip salons and save 20% on select tickets. See savings coupon for restrictions and details. Coming to Allstate Arena September 16th through 18th.
You didn't do you carry the weight for love, kept it moving, ain't never look back. 'Cause I see the bigger picture of being a victim. When things get hard, you gotta be strong. I'm right there with you. So live your whole truth and be your whole you. Yeah, they can talk behind your back, but they can't hold you. Keep my trauma, all my feelings in a bottle. Take a shot, no drama, just want you to know what I know. It don't last forever, promise it gets better. You've been through the biggest storm, but you can change the weather. Been under pressure, you know my name. Whenever the heat comes, I put out the flame. It made me a diamond, it made me a diamond. It made me a diamond. You know my name. Sparkle pushing on the gas. Hey, I've been moving in the fast lane. Don't be looking in the past, 'cause when you're looking, you get past. Don't get it twisted, I ain't forget. You know I've been through a whole bunch of this shit, 'cause I put a line on that song 'cause I'm lit. Can't nobody question I'm legit. I've been on the move, 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 move. Move, make it do what it do, 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 do. Ain't got nothing to prove, prove, prove. Redefining the cool, 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 hey. I don't keep my trauma, all my feelings in a bottle. Take a shot, no drama, just want you to know what I know. It don't last forever, promise it gets better. You've been through the biggest storm, but you can change the weather. Been under pressure, you know my name. Whenever the heat comes, I put out the flame. It made me a diamond, it made me a diamond. It made me a diamond. You know my name. Sparkle, sparkle. Sparkle, sparkle. Sparkle, sparkle. Hey, sparkle, sparkle. Focus on your mission and get to your bag. Get to your bag, go to the mission you got. And they see you get it, your haters get mad. Focus on your mission and get to your bag. Get to your bag.
I'm feeling good, y'all. Smiling more every day. Closer to my dreams. Hey, guapole, the food tastes better. I stopped smoking squares. Healing from the inside out, making repairs. I forgave some people, thanked them for the lessons, 'cause holding on to it was blocking my blessings. No more stressing, worry dishonors God, so I just pray, and I'm loving my odds. Mingle with like minds, gravitate where light shines. Graduate, masters, your rhymes ain't like mine. Big dank from the west side, this is my best self. Taking vacations, hoping the rest helps. Got a career now, loving what's ahead. My spirit is free from the stuff that I shared.
I feel good now, ain't that what life's about? Thank you for new days, something to sing about. Let's do it a new way, more than just talk about. Today's a holiday, that's what it's all about. I feel good now, ain't that what life's about? Thank you for new days, something to sing about. Let's do it a new way, more than just talk about. Today's a holiday, that's what it's all about.
I'm feeling so good now, walking on higher ground. Got out the country, visit some new towns, made some new friends, let go of some bad ones. Soon as that took place, everything got fun. My life started going up, opportunities showing up. I'm back where I wanna be, no headaches and throwing up. Reconnect with the homie, it's positive energy, vibes and wavelengths. It's all about frequency. I'm back with my first love, it feel like the first time. I'm back in the studio, this ain't my first rhyme. I wake up every day, blessed as heavenly.
before I ain't say much, now I got much to say. Raised my credit score, got rid of some past debt. Heard that's attractive, well call me a magnet. Plugged into an outlet, living life outright. All on my Kid Cudi, focusing day and night. Right?
Now ain't that what life's about? Thank you for new days, something to sing about. Let's do it a new way. More than just talk about. Today's a holiday, that's what it's all about. I feel good now, ain't that what life's about? Thank you for new days, something to sing about. Let's do it a new way. More than just talk about. Today's a holiday, that's what it's all about.
Feel good. See, my state gets busy. That's the cardinal rule.
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
Ruthie and Ty, explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't tryna help us, they ain't tryna do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect your oppressed to solve them.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler, and Ruthie Mo in the building, too. And it is Tuesday. We're a little bit behind.
It's Monday.
All right, because tomorrow I'm going to be blowing up. See, you missed it. On the 2.
Told me to save it for tomorrow.
All right, but when I say blowing up, that's the cue. You just supposed to be like, if he say blowing up, see, 3 times.
You need your own buttons.
Right. You just have it there, you know.
Get that like, thing so much, Ruthie, you don't even.
It's okay. My ball. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got girl Ruthie Mo in the building, plus DJ Riis the Ruler on the 1s and 2s. And we got a little bit behind ourselves with a little technical difficulty, but apparently we are back. And so what I'd like to do is get to the next phase of the show, Ruthie, if that's cool with you, because you're going to have to pick A, B, or C. Okay? And I'm going to leave it up to you. But first, DJ Riis, the Ruler, I need you to hit the button.
It's time for the social media question of the day.
Ruthie, how should we respond to street takeovers? Now, I have 2 examples. One I'm going to show you and one I'll describe. The first example of a street takeover is what I will show you right here. Riis, you could turn up the volume as well on the switcher. And I am going to show a video of one of the street takeovers where the Chicago police are trying to get a hold. Are trying to get a hold of the group that is out here. So I am going to play a video. Yep, a video of one street takeover. Ready, Riis? Here we go. This is courtesy of Chicago Media Takeout. This is CPD trying to clear out hundreds of street racers and stunt drivers in the West Loop.
sounds like it's coming out of your computer, not the switcher.
Uh-oh, it's not going through my switcher.
Yeah, it's not going through the switcher.
Ruthie, that is Madison and Morgan. Do you understand the high traffic Madison and Morgan on a Saturday night? And to shut down Morgan both ways and Madison both ways. And then they sent the police. Now, there's another video that I cannot seem to find where the police were approaching and there was a fight, like a brawl, and the police ran back to their cars. And they busted the windows out of the cars and didn't let the police out. I guess my question is, okay, so this is a street takeover. And I guess when you look at something like that, you got to ask yourself, oh, you know what we got to do, Riis? We got to Bluetooth it. What we stopped doing was Bluetooth connecting the road to the your dig. Turn that on. Turn on the Bluetooth. And then I think we could fix that for in the future. We don't need it right now, though. We can hold up. So, that's the first one.
I see what you're talking about, the story you're talking about.
Which one?
About the dude who they busted the windows out. Him.
Oh, so, right. So, the story. So, essentially, the police tried to come and stop it. And there was a full-on assault. And they was like, y'all ain't stopping nothing. And they literally forced the police back into their cars. Now, that to me, now I also want to point out that these were not black kids. Let's be honest. And really, I don't see very many black kids in those little sport cars. That's not, we don't Fast and Furious. The only person black Fast and Furious is what's my man? Ludacris. Tyrese and Luda. And didn't Luda lose to somebody else? Didn't one of them get put out or something? Anyway, that's the first thing. If the police can't stop that, what do you do? Like, what do the people that live there do? Who do they hold accountable? What's the matter, Ruthie? You getting bouncy.
Oh, I was just reading.
Tell me what you saw.
No, I'm just looking at the last names.
And what are you finding about the last names, Ruthie?
Jose Castillo and Juan Venegas.
And what did they do? What did Jose and Juan do?
They got detained.
They got detained after this?
Misdemeanor reckless conduct, and somebody was cited for possessing a pellet gun, disorderly conduct, and a litany of traffic violations. Both men live in Chicago. They're young, 18.
Ruthie, they not scared of the police. If the police coming straight from the underground, a young man got it bad because I'm brown. That's what the song say. So now my question is, Ruthie, what do we do about these street takeovers?
Get out the way.
Whoa, get out the way. Get out the way. Hey, get out the way.
But it seems like it's happening more frequently. Like it's almost like a trend right now.
Right. It reminds me of like, remember, what was that show that came out? New Jersey Drive, when it was just a thing to do. But, or back up. So now my question is, what do we do about that street takeover? Now here's the next kind of street takeover that I wanted to discuss, because I was looking at social media and a good friend of mine, Sherry Berry, talked about a different kind of street takeover. And Ruthie, I'm going to let you pick which one we're going to talk about.
I think this is the video you're talking about.
Oh, can you send me that link?
But I will say, I do not like its monument to the Great Northern Migration. That's the caption that they got this.
What?
This is where they are at the the statue, the Great Migration statue in Bronzeville.
And they calling it now the Great Oh, Lord. So, here's another kind of street takeover. I have a friend named Sherry. Ooh, dang, I probably shouldn't have said that. Anyway, I have a friend who on social media posted about her neighborhood. So she lives on what is considered a gentrifying block. And on the gentrifying block, there are white people that live all at the end of the block. And they decided this weekend to have a block party, but only for them.
Like they shut the street down?
Uh-huh. And cordoned it off and blocked it off, but then didn't invite anybody else on the block. And it was only the white families on the block.
Cousin.
Yeah, okay, so I want to open up the phones. First of all, so which one do we want to talk about? Do we want to talk about the street takeovers right here? Do we want to talk about the street takeovers of the white folks taking over a black block and not inviting the black people on the block that they've been living on? Or do we want to do both? You all can pick two, A, B, or C. A, the tribute to you got to email me that. Did you send me that?
Oh, I'm just...
Send me the link, because you done went down the rabbit hole and forgot me. You over here like, well, damn. So the question, so which ones do we want to do? Do we want to talk about street takeovers by Latinos taking over these streets for these sports stunt racing events? That's A. Do we want to talk about street takeovers where white folks have a block party on a black block that they moved onto and don't invite the black people? Or do we want to do both? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Matter of fact, we going to talk about... We don't got no callers? Matter of fact, we going to talk about them all. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Dang, I feel like I just trumped us. I took away our democracy. Because I said vote. Which one y'all want to talk about? So which one you want to talk about, Ruthie?
Ooh, I kind of want to talk about both because I think...
That's an option.
Okay, I pick both.
Okay.
I'm greedy.
Riis, you want to talk about street racing block takeover? You want to talk about the white people that moved on the block and had a block party without the black people that been living there? Or do you want to talk about both?
I'm going to talk about how my cousins ain't invite me down the street to come to eat.
Okay.
You know
Riis. All right, so Riis is voting for B. Caller, you're on the Mace Jackson Show. Which one do you want to talk about? You want to talk about street racing takeovers? You want to talk about the white people moved on the block and had a block party without the black people? Or C, do you want to talk about both?
Hey, can I get 2 for the 25?
We got 4 for 5 around here. What's up, Devo? Talk to us, man.
Hey, man. Hey, yes. I just want to say, what's up, Ruthie? What's up, Riis? Hey, bro. Thank you again. Thank you for your leadership, dog. Thank you for the vision. Thank you for the trust, dog. I really want to shout out to the Whiptable BP1 people, man. Thank you all. We pulled it off. Hey, we get it together, and it was a beautiful thing. Y'all missed it. Y'all need to come to 3 meetings so y'all can come, get that exclusive, get them exclusive invites. But I tell y'all every day the doors of the church open, but y'all don't show up. So while y'all twiddling y'all thumbs, we over here working. But I digress. They not going to invite you, so invite yourself. This Chicago. It's your block. This my block. Your people fought and bled and died on this block. It's your block. Go down there, post up, smoke your blunts right next to them, play your music right next to them, and move them off the block. This Chicago.
And get shot right next to them.
Chicago people know how to take stuff over. Right. Chicago people know how to take stuff over. Go over there, do your footwork. Juke it. Play your little steppers music, your juke music. Right next to them. What they gonna do? Nothing. Exactly. So that's that. That's low hanging fruit right there. Invite your cousins over, and y'all supposed to have a Fifi on your block.
Oh,
that's your block.
Who?
Take your block back.
What's a who?
A Fiesta.
Short for Fiesta.
Fifi.
Wait. We
home of the Fifi.
Hey, man.
Maze, I know you know that song. It's a Fifi on the block.
Fifi on the block. Man, play you some Lil Durk. Play you some Chief Keef. play you macaroni time, man. It's Chicago, man. Take over. They gonna go in the house. They gonna go in the house when you play that macaroni time. I trust believe that. But anyway, as far as the side shows, man, that's a California thing. If you want to race your cars, go to the track. That's a Southern thing. So that's not an FBA thing where we just drive around there on the street. Man, ain't nobody doing all of that. And then you really know because the police was scared to do anything. They ain't scared any other time. So that means we already know who was out there, what the demographic was. You want a real quick, easy solution? You either, like Ruthie said, people are setting this stuff up. Are there no patrols? Utilize the pod cameras. You could even install bollards that pop up like on Fast and the Furious. And then, it shut the streets down. You know what I'm saying? But it's solutions to this stuff. They just didn't want to do nothing. And then, now it's going to be Mario Kart. So everybody pick their characters, get you some banana peels, some mushrooms, and then when the people drive by, you can throw it at them, and then they'll spin out, and then you can win the race in the little Mario Championship, man. It's Mario Kart. I told y'all this, man. Mario Kart in the city. It's over with.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
I love Mario Kart.
And
I don't ever played that.
And definitely, hey man, Mario Kart, man, is busting, man. Y'all need to get y'all Nintendo Switch. You play Mario Kart for the kids, man. And rest in peace to Dr. Abel Muhammad. Shout out to the nation, man. Shout out, we gotta love our women, love these queens, love these sisters. And she was definitely a light in the world. And we all got gifts. Use your gifts to uplift your people and sow the seeds, but you may never see the tree. So may she be protected by the warriors and the ancestors. And love to everybody who she touched, man. And that's what we do over here. But shout out to everybody that came through Obsidian. And hey, man, take your lap for 1 minute, bro. But we back working, dog. They laughed and they mocked us, but they ain't gonna be laughing real soon. So we just trying to win over here, man. So other than that, let's get it, bro. Back to the grind, dog. We'll see you next weekend. We'll see you this weekend, bro.
There it is.
Hey, and don't be bringing nobody either, man. Don't be bringing nobody. So close meeting, and y'all will see the results real soon. But we told y'all need to get in on the front end. But it ain't no back ends for y'all bagging work.
How am I supposed to get the 3 meetings if it's a closed meeting and I got 2 meetings? How do I get to?
Hey, bro.
You know what? Don't you start.
Hey, dog. Hey, man, security protocols, man. That's it. So just respect that we just trying to protect the people that need to be protected, and we want to be professional. So no hard feelings. It's all love. And but we want to practice in perfect so we can be a professional organization. So, but shout out to the production team and shout out to you and thank you to Obsidian for hosting a wonderful event. I'm out, dog. Peace.
For sure. Speaking of Obsidian, also last night, shout out to the ladies of Jack and Jill, Magnificent Mile chapter who hosted
Jack and Jill.
They was, I was nervous. They was out, but they came through. They was like, ugh. Anyway, great time last night. Anybody else on the line? That's it. All right, y'all. So, which one we want to talk about? So, Riis, you said you want to talk about. So, I do want to talk about the white people who move on the block, host a block party on their end of the block.
No such thing.
Cordon off the joint.
No such
rope
thing.
it off, cordon it off.
No such thing.
And only invite themselves.
No such thing.
No, they didn't rope it off. They didn't. They probably had.
Where did they get them barricades from?
Yeah,
the city.
Didn't rope it off.
Oh.
They didn't rope it off.
You get the. Hey, bro. What they put? They might. I don't know if they blocked the complete access so you couldn't get off, but they blocked off their part of the street. They sidewalk. They hole. You did.
Let me tell you something.
Tell me.
In my neighborhood, there is nothing that is off limits. I have gotten out of my car, parked, and walked over to something because I said, what they doing over here? I see some fences. What they doing? I need to know. So there's on my block too? Oh no. Hey, I walked down there with some Jello. White people like Jello.
You know damn well you ain't know how to make no damn Jello. So you just making up some stuff.
I just walk down there with
you
a
just
pan.
take down there some Kool-Aid, no sugar.
There. Like
So what you gonna do? No, for real. For real, you gonna just walk down there. Ruthie, what you gonna do?
So I would gather a group of my people, because you know you at least need another person with you. And I say, let's go see what's going on. Like, I have a sense of ownership over.
Okay, so they'd be like, what's going on? We're having an event.
What kind of event?
It's a social between us.
Oh, and they gonna tell me I gotta leave? No, they're gonna invite me with open arms to give me a tour of their house. We're gonna talk about the flowers in the yard.
How did you get access to blocking the street off? That seemed like you had to go down there and get permission, like as if this is a
permit party. Hey, you can ask. You don't have to have a block. First of all, you can request a street closure, regardless. As you don't got now, you got to worry about what the people on your block gonna say.
I'll call the police on them,
and they'll say we're in our neighborhood and they're bothering us down there.
I heard gunshots.
I'd be like, well, if I was waiting, I'd be like, I heard gunshots. So they'd be like, well, you know, it wasn't us.
They're loitering.
They would be like, where we call this socializing.
And I feel unsafe.
And they would be like, well, join the club because we moved over here and we're pioneers.
Pioneers?
Yeah. They call themselves pioneers.
I know, manifest destiny.
Ruthie, they manifest destiny. And think about the gravity of being comfortable enough to have a party on the block without inviting everybody there for the consequence. Now, my premise is they know that we ain't messing with no white people. It's the same reason that they will push a stroller right down the most crime-ridden block and we will stop the guns to make sure that... Have you ever heard of a mistaken white child getting shot besides in Highland Park? Have you? Think about it. We see stories of 5-year-old kids. We see stories of how many times have you been in Brownsville and seen a white person walking with a stroller and it ain't gonna be no violence until they get in the house. We have an innate... White people can come to our neighborhood with no fear. None. One, you either like customer, they come in to check on the people, and they either a worker... Let's look. They're a client, customer. They're a caseworker or government, or they the people.
What's the people? What kind of people?
Police.
Oh, 12. Okay. So they either buying drugs, working, or they the police.
Reese, what is a white person doing? Or
scoping out property.
Right. Or they coming to take or they're pioneers.
Stop saying pioneers.
No, that's exactly. Think about what a pioneer is. They coming to take your joint. They coming to discover where you live. They looking around like, oh, this nice over here. Let me ask anybody, have they ever experienced white people moving in on the block and not being hospitable?
I guess my neighborhood is still too black.
Yeah, your neighborhood. You ain't seeing that. You ain't seeing that.
Mine's still too
you
black.
Gotta wait till my block, my hood, my neighborhood get back.
If I see the Christmas lights, I'm
tearing
them down.
No, you ain't.
No Christmas lights on my block.
See, that's the
We
problem.
don't want it to be friendly.
See, why do black kids have to go downtown?
We don't even celebrate Christmas no more. That's a white man's holiday.
Oh, that's your problem, right? See,
a white Christmas.
The baby can't have no Christmas.
A white Christmas.
The baby can't have no. Y'all see, the baby can't. So, what do? So literally, like really, Ruthie, you walk. Reese, what you doing?
I'm going down there.
You going down there?
I want to see what's going on. Was they playing music?
Huh?
Was they playing music?
Yeah, but they was playing I Want to Rock.
No way.
That's cool.
I want to rock. Ow.
I would have went down there to see what's going on.
Come on, feel the noise.
And then if the block was blocked off, I just assumed that it was a block party.
Exactly.
So you going? So what? They don't let you get nothing off the grill? What, you gonna bring your own grill down there?
No, hold on, wait. You ain't supposed to go down there to eat anyway. That's number one.
Right. I ain't
Because they
going down there to eat.
Microwave they barbecue
you don't know
chip.
them people. You don't eat at strangers with those strangers like that.
Too.
I would say, excuse me.
Would you get a bit? Would you go in the cooler?
I'm the president of the block club.
They
ain't even got no block club.
They'd be like,
block
we're the neighbors association. We're not the block. They'd be like, we are not the block club. We are the Dirt Neighbors Association.
I have such a ownership over my neighborhood, my community, my radius that you can't just come in it like that. Like,
for now, until they get a critical mass. They got a critical mass at the end of the block, right? Because there's a development at the end of the block where all the new cribs are. And so when they come to show you, they be like, look, this house is going to appreciate in 5 years, them people on that end of the block will be gone. Look, we're clearing out the land. And so my question is, so what you gonna do?
No, okay, so all right, so this is just a joke, and we just do this as a joke.
Okay.
But like, if me and my people, we in our neighborhoods, and we see white people, because ain't no really too many white people in my neighborhood like that.
Like, oh my God!
We all, yeah, or we'll like lock the doors when they come past.
I do that too.
What you do in my neighborhood? Like, just yelling out the window and stuff.
Oh, see.
Gotta keep them on their toes so that they know, like, I see you. What you doing here? We'll just keep going.
Then they be like,
they don't never be scared of nothing.
Right? They be like, "What? I'll call the police." They be like, "I'll call the police." Riis, that's in your neighborhood.
My neighborhood, I act like I'm more scared of them. So like when I go, like if I see, like if I'm walking down the street and I see something like I don't have my mask on, I do that. Across the street, acting like I don't, I got the street. I clench my wallet, you know what I'm saying? I
do. I clench my purse.
Like I clench the street, you know what I'm saying? I just go, I act like real scared, and you know what I'm saying? So they be like looking at me like, I be like, I'm scared for my life.
Only if I see them on the walking down the street. Inside of restaurants and stuff, because y'all know they be coming to get some black food.
Yeah,
I don't really be. I be cool.
I'm just saying, yo. Here go the lick.
But you got to put them on notice.
Y'all, you see, they right. See, I see. They be like, I see you. Like, you know how you be like, look. Like you be looking at them like, I see you. They be like, what? Really? Actually, we're here to visit you because you're in the habitat, and we are exploring the habitat. We're testing the geology, and what can we put in the water to make you leave sooner? So. People move in. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. White folks come to your block, have a block party, and don't invite you.
I just don't believe that happened. It got to be more to it.
No, it's
ain't nobody going for that.
Ruthie, what? Okay, well, hold on, but Ruthie, I feel like you being bold right now, right? And in your neighborhood,
in my neighborhood.
But if you got a critical mass and it's 50-50. Let's say it's 60-40. And the other other black folks Chicago black folks are scared of white folks. They really are.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are. Chicago black people are scared of white people because they really haven't had very much interaction with them. And all it seriously.
What? You act like they dinosaurs.
Ruthie, where does the average black person in Chicago interact with white people? If you don't work downtown, where do you interact with white people besides at a retail location?
Up north.
But if you, again, the average black person does not interact with white people.
Mm-hmm. At work.
First of all, if it's 40% unemployment of black men from 18 to 40 years old, what work they going to? Go ahead. Keep telling me. The black women interact with white men and white women.
Okay, I give you that.
But you think about it, if a black kid goes to a black school, well, he might get a white teacher. But outside of that, where do you interact with white people? And I'm telling you, I do believe that black people are scared of white people.
No, not scared. I wouldn't. So let me say this. So
they know they can get in trouble for messing with white people.
Well, okay, so I grew up around a lot of black people, like black teachers, just black people. And then when I moved to a different school, I was around white people, and I literally had to change, and I had to speak a different language. Like, I didn't understand what they were saying, like just certain words. And so you own to something. You own to something.
No, I'm serious. I
don't want to use the word scared.
So white people are mysterious, and you know that you can get in trouble for messing with them. Right? Like, there is a reason that white people walk through our neighborhoods with impunity. Like, they feel like nothing is going to happen to them. They'll clutch themselves and be nervous because they don't want you to touch them or they don't want you to rub off on them. But think about, when does the average black person have an interaction that, especially an interaction with white folks, where they're in control of the situation?
Where white people are controlling.
Where the black person is in control. Where you have not seen a black person have to be subservient or to humble themselves or take a step back from themselves. It's like, why we be like black. When we be around the black people, we whisper. They whisper, but we whisper. And I am telling you that if you've only seen them in positions of authority over you, right? There is if you get down deep, not machismo, but you take psychology and you go way down. Part of the reason that I have such a thing, you have such a thing, is because we were forced to interact with them. And in our interactions, what we recognized is they wasn't smarter than us. They wasn't better than us. They weren't. And if everything that you've ever been taught, every example that you've ever seen as a black person is a black person underneath a white person or less than, better school, better equipment, better everything, you bring that with you. Now, if you gifted child, black person, even in the same school, you gifted black person that is competing with white people in class, and your A is as good as they A. Your sports is, your everything you do, you be like, you're not smarter than me. You're not better than me. You may have other advantages, and you start to build. Either it's going to go one or two ways. You're going to mold into that and go into the not Oreo space, but the let me deny my blackness space, or you're going to be looking at white people in their eyes all the time like, you ain't.
But I think too, it's like the art of the code switch.
So I think we've mastered the art of the code switch, but at the same time, I don't even know that black folks know the code switch because you ain't never been in the space. So if you ain't never even been in the space to have to ever interact with them at an equivalent level, not as a waiter, not as a servant, not as a second tier, you don't even really have that skill set.
Yeah, you don't even.
Yes, I am telling you, black people. And it's the way that they've kept us forever. And it's like, so that's why.
But it's deeper than that. That was perpetuated through acts of violence and terrorism.
Yes.
And I think we can't, so it ain't all, it's not just psychological. Like, it's
reinforced.
I'm finna hang you by your neck if you wink your eye at me type of thing. So I don't want to miss the violence part of how white people reinforce the system of subservience for black people.
Exactly. So if everything that has ever been built in this country has always been built for us to be subservient, and you've not ever gotten out of that space, even to say that you're just to, like, if you went to kindergarten in the city of Chicago, you could go from kindergarten all the way to high school, to graduate from high school, with the only interaction being a white teacher. Real talk. In your daily travels, if you weren't Ruthie Moore DePaul student, and you were Ruthie Moore 87, 8th Ward, right? You could literally operate in the 8th Ward almost every day without ever seeing a white person.
Oh, 100%.
Right? Now think about how many people are not Ruthie Moore. Think about how many people out over East never leave over East. Think about how many people, when we talk that downtown stuff, now put that in the psyche of a person, because when the white people move, you really don't mess with them, because you know the consequences as enforced by terrorism, as enforced by Trayvon Martin up to this date. You go walking around messing with white folks, even you know there's a consequence. There is a consequence for messing with white people, even if they own your land.
No, you can yell out the window at them.
Nanny boo boo. Right? Oh, you know my favorite is when you drive by somebody and they drop their foot. But then you don't want them to stop because you want them to go to limbs. So when you see Lollapalooza and every white person from Lolla done came south being a line down the block at Limbs, you happy for Limbs. But what you also know is they be around this mug like, oh, this would be a great place for smoke. We should have a green. We should. Hey, this. Imagine if this was Green Street Smoked Meats. Hey, Eddie, that's a really cool liquor store. That's almost Benny's worthy. Look, we could. When you go to Riot Fest and they be walking around, let me tell you. Next step, wait till the concerts come to Washington Park. Wait till the festival. Wait till they have a white festival in Washington Park.
No, listen. They gonna use the Universal Soul Circus footprint.
Look, no, they not taking that print. They gonna go behind. They gonna go to the hidden part where you walk back there and you be like, "This is Washington Park," where they used to have where Riis was there when the B2K stage fell. Back there with the Power 92 concert, back there, let me tell you, because they could go off back there. And what happens when the Chosen Few footprint becomes?
Just wait till they get kayaking in the lagoon.
I mean, well, think about this. They already got Reggie's train wreck at the beach.
There don't be no parking over there.
And check this out, Ruthie. We always get the temporary shelters, then they build the brick stuff. Pay attention. Temporary versus brick. Leased versus the hookup. And think about, like, we get 10-year leases because that's how long you got to get yours before you got to go. It's the major.
I mean, if they gonna bring that Green Street brisket to the South Side, then bye, Limbs.
It be your own people.
I mean,
your own people.
Why can't I get no non-pork barbecue option?
Black people sure don't do brisket. Like,
okay, I'm just joking.
No, you're not.
Save Limbs.
Limbs straight.
But can I get some beef barbecue options?
They don't make.
Get one or
you
two?
cannot make 18-hour
Cheesy
barbecue.
beef.
You cannot make 8-hour barbecue in the aquarium style tanks.
Well,
I'm so disappointed in you, Ruthie. I'm just disappointed.
I like brisket.
I'm disappointed in you. I'm just disappointed. I was like, I'm just disappointed in you. Here we are trying. See,
I was joking.
Now you're welcoming the white people.
Don't write me no letter.
Just been a sponsor to Mary Jackson.
I was just thinking about
sponsoring them, but that old Ruthie Mo, let me know.
With the white man's brisket.
With the white man brisket.
Y'all must
ain't never
had none. Woo.
We cooked this 8 hours. I remember I went to Green Street and I said, "We y'all get rib tips." Pardon. I was like, "This is a barbecue joint. You ain't even supposed to say pardon." Excuse me. Rib tips. Why would we make rib tips? Why don't you just eat the short end of the slab? I mean, that's really. Then you go to the other part and they be like, "That's called meat candy."
Meat candy.
Just like y'all done named Burundi and sea bass and all these they be like, when they rename the stuff that really wasn't supposed to be eaten.
The Asian carp, ain't they trying to rename it something?
Yep, y'all gonna be eating Asian carp.
I don't even know what the name was, but I'm gonna remember it, so I never eat it.
Whew. They said that was the same thing with sea bass.
What was sea bass before?
Some overpopulated fish in Greek that they couldn't get rid of, and actually sea bass is like 4 different types of fish that don't even got to be the same, and they ain't even bass.
I gotta holler at the Department of Natural Resources.
Hey man,
y'all need some black people in there.
We need to figure out these people making this catfish. Okay. So, really quickly, white people on the block. We got calls? Anybody on the line? They hung up. All right, callers, give us a call. 87225. Ruthie going to the barbecue.
Yes, I got to see
the white people. This was crazy. The white people got the barbecue, and now we asking them to come to theirs. How did the tables flip? Now we got to ask the white folks, can we come to the barbecue?
They start using meat thermometers hooked up to their phones, and black people just touch it with their hand. You know how y'all barbecue?
Right. You know be hit or miss. It do be. You do get some barbecue be hit or miss. Black people be like, "Oh, I just cooked it a little long. Just cut that pot off." Look, they be at Green Street. They be like, ding. They be like, unwrap it from the wrapped paper, and they be like, do you have bark? I did go. Somebody be like, what? Is there any bark on that bark? Nigga, this ain't no trees around here. This barbecue, not bark.
That's the best part, though.
That is the best part. I be like,
man, come on, we gotta get off this because I'm hungry.
You know. All right, one of these days we gonna have white people surpassed us in barbecue?
Yes. Unfortunately,
I wanted to.
Because they be using technology. They got the grill, like the technology.
But I feel like technology is almost like cheating until you eat.
It is until you taste the bark on the brisket. And you're like, wow.
Have white people? We should talk about this.
Perfectly charred,
and it don't be like crunch. It'd be like
deliciousness.
It'd be like, can I just get the slab of that? All right, we're gonna talk about this. Ruthie has cheated on y'all. Look, see, I'm telling you. All right, so let's go back real quick. End of the block. Ruthie, you're going down there. I tell you, the average black person will talk about them on their end of the block, but won't go in.
What? You don't think so?
No, I don't.
No, I think
you got. There's two. The middle class black people ain't doing it. Now, the neighborhooders.
Let me tell you something.
Tell me something.
I got a dog.
Arf. Oh, now that's the white icebreaker.
That's what I'm saying.
But white people, not necessarily though. I've been seeing white people prejudice about dogs too. I'm serious. I'm serious. You gotta have for you to you can't. You know, white people be like, they get in a group and they be like, well, we're gonna stand over here and talk, and your dog be trying to be cool.
You know, I have. Let me just say this because I have, and maybe it's because I'm a black woman, but I have not had very many experiences where I'm intermixed in person with white people and felt a type of way.
That's because
you think it's because I'm a black woman,
and you little.
Because I'm not threatening.
You itty bitty. They feel like, oh,
and I talk to them.
Right, but you be code switching. Ruthie, I've seen. Stop it. Ruthie will turn white.
What you talking about?
See, this don't.
I done seen both of y'all code switch.
What you talking about?
No, you are code switch. I'm from Bowling. Pardon, I am from Bowling. No, Ruthie.
This how I be talking all the time, man.
Let me tell you, you should see Ruthie when we was at Chicago. Pardon.
Not pardon.
May I please have some goose liver pate, please?
No, I said, hey, give me some of that. Give me some of that potty meat.
No, she lying. Ruth, and this is the bad part because Ruthie be getting me going on the show and then be like a completely sane person in real life. Like
we sane on the show.
No, you be insane on the show some days. I'd be like, really. We just not gonna work it out.
But you know what? There is an art to not making white people feel threatened. And sometimes you got to do it depending on the situation that you in. But for the most part, I move the way I want to move. And
so I feel like I am tired of having to
make white people feel comfortable.
Yes.
But ain't that how we live as black people and as a black man? Ain't that your existence?
It has kind of not. Right? Because of what we do here, kind of not, but there is a cost to it. And it is almost, some days I be listening and it's like, while I understand the rationale, it is so crazy to me to hear us plot plan around white folks. Thank you to everybody from WBGX who's tuned in. We appreciate you. You can still listen to us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. I want to go to the live line. Carly on the Maze Jackson Show. Caller, you there?
Shalom.
What up, Israel Kang? Israel, what's going on, dog?
Man, last time I saw some white people on the block I moved on, I saw U-Haul trucks. Are they not white flighting no more?
No, they white. They are pioneers. Can I tell y'all what? Y'all need to start watching 1883 or whatever it is on so you can understand.
Oh, wow.
Look.
You know what I watch, man.
Power! You watching Power? I can't even hear the theme song. I cannot even hear the theme song without thinking about you. Oh my God. What's going on, Israel? What's going on, Kang?
No, I'm trying to say, man, the people they pioneered what they to the black people now. They're like, we ain't going nowhere. Huh?
Oh yeah, they ain't flighting. They returning. They coming back to rediscover the land.
So you telling me the situation? These people blocking off the street on map.
Not on. Oh yeah,
that. Morgan, it's hard for me to believe that.
Famo.
No, I know it's two separate things. I know it's two separate things. But it's hard for me to believe they doing that. Yes, sir.
I'm about to show you right now. Hold on. I'm gonna show you.
That was Madison Pulaski. They'd have shot them brothers.
Madison, you know what? Madison, they know not to go to Madison and Pulaski. First of all, if you block up Madison and Pulaski and the brothers, they would have got it. It would have been some brawls out there. You ain't shutting down Madison and Pulaski.
It's my traffic moving, man. Keep my traffic flowing right here.
They know well, but they creeping. They creeping on the come up because they was on 25th and King Drive. First of all, I feel like King Drive from the beginning to the end is ours.
Man, they done took King Drive. You know, after they put them
King Drive, what 26? They finna take it. Yeah, they on the move. Church on the move on that block. They finna build from Corman Place to Gary.
Dang!
And all y'all got to go.
Oh Lord.
Corman Place to Gary. What's that Obama trying to get built? That Barack Obama. Well, I thought you were going to talk on that too, man. I got some comments on that, but that's another story, I guess.
Man, I keep trying to get to that story. I'm going to get to that story because we need to do they said in the paper they want a checkup. So I want to go through and do a checkup. Because when I was looking at the pictures, they only had assistants and associates in the pictures. And when I looked them up on the internet, I was like, wait a minute. How come y'all got all the big black people in the pictures, but everybody working is not, they can't make no decision. Now, shout out, I'm cool with Powers and all of them doing their thing, and I'm happy way up there. But I gotta ask,
white power or black power? Because you know two out here, white power or black power.
What? Oh, well, there's a so I want to know because there's you silly. Well, the black powers is
when you find that out, man. When you find that out that I was silly. When you find that
out? Probably 20 years ago, man. Probably 20 years ago.
Okay,
right after you put the brick down.
Man, you don't want to talk about 20 years ago.
Now, see, there you go. See, it's all love, though. It's all love.
Hey, what's your phone number? You want to start shit? I forgot your phone number. Text me the phone. What's the last phone number?
What? And on that note, we'll talk to you later, Israel. We're going to take our next caller. That is King Israel. That's it? Or we got one more caller? That's it? All right, let's take a quick break. And then when we come back, we are going to get into some of these other news. Is Ruthie done went down the rabbit hole.
I know. I'm just tripping about these. Is it really a side? What they call them? Side shows, sidecar shows, whatever it is. If you don't film it and put it on social media, does it exist?
No.
Or that's what I'm saying. If they would just stop posting their stuff, they might be able to get away with it.
But then you got the people who live in the buildings that's shooting down like.
If I say, did you see that anger, Ruthie? That was clearly from somebody in the house or like in the building.
Straight up,
yeah.
I mean, I'm just looking at these videos. This is crazy.
And then who don't want to go viral, Ruthie? Come on.
And these, you want this one too?
I want
this
that
was
one.
from a few months ago. You see, oh goodness gracious!
I'm just saying we should.
I don't even understand. Like if this was black people doing this, they would mow you down. They would be throwing out the spike strips on us. Hoping that you crash into the Chicago River.
Oh, that's crazy. All right, y'all. It's the Mace Jackson Show. We'll take a quick break after these messages.
The Mace Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
This is Monster Jam,
the official Monster Truck Series. Witness the world's best drivers competing in your favorite Monster Jam trucks. Be part of the action.
Let's hear it. Make some noise.
Brought to you by Great Clips. Get your savings coupon from participating Great Clip salons and save 20% on select tickets. See savings coupon for restrictions and details. Coming to Allstate Arena September 16th through 18th.
Hey, Chicagoland, all roads lead to Solo Beauty Supply, the largest black-owned beauty supply in Chicago. We carry a large selection of natural hair care products, plus much more. So come see us at one of our two locations. Located at 9011 South Ashland or 8158 South Cottage Grove. Our inventory is growing, and with your support, Solo Beauty will continue to be a source of pride in our community.
In my mind, gotta designate what to leave, what to take, and appreciate. A lot of people talk fly, but I levitate. Rise above with the love when I meditate. When I meditate. I roll with God cause he never late. My son dial in denial of the Ben Franks. On the road, let's travel with a full tank. Revolutionary overture, that's too saint. I mean, that's too son. I mean, that's two saints. Like Peter Paul, me and you could be the new saints. Let me paint a new picture on the 16. Woolly haired black man with divine jeans. Yeah, I be rapping, but these 16's art. Cathartic, therapeutic, really who needs charts? All I need is heart, cause love and some knowledge. Acknowledge, don't acknowledge, I be good, to be honest. It's like, if you never knew my name, at least I know me. Broken chains on my brain, now I'm set free. At peace in the now, I'm complete. Cause all I ever had to do is just be. Just be. Lot of thoughts in my mind, gotta designate what to leave, what to take, and appreciate. A lot of people talk fly, but I levitate. Rise above with the love when I meditate.
To the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts. Man, Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries, you gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System the milk is so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System the milk is so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. So many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA gets spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let this give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm the sealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this is a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milk is so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milk is so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. Okay, I'm gonna let y'all see these videos. We're gonna have to come talk about this just a minute, because this is outlandish, yo. Like, they are straight up launching a war against Chicago police officers. People are out of their car, they marching, they are shooting fireworks, the whole you dig. Ruthie,
it was an old video. I mean, ain't old, but
they are
like
walking
July.
like, how are they walking up on the? Okay, let me back up. Hold on, let's do it like this, and let me just get us a little corner in here.
It's shocking, right?
This is, hold on. Okay.
Remember when the black teenagers was going downtown and they said they called them wildings? That's what this looked like to me. Some wildings. Some mob action. Look, they kicking them. Now, y'all, if the oh goodness gracious, we would have got mowed down.
Okay, let me redo this. I'm gonna start this from the beginning, because y'all gotta look at this video. This is unbelievable to me. Like, we are watching as cars. This looks like Michigan Avenue.
It's in a loop.
That's Michigan, Ruthie.
This was July 4th. This video was posted.
Like, how is this happening?
And peep, you see it. You peep them front license plates is gone off most of these cars.
Woo, Ruthie, you kind of perceptive there.
Because I just be wondering, how are they getting away with this?
How are they getting away with this?
But you break into Macy's and they you break into Macy's and they gonna come for you. But you know what I was thinking about, the police response, and really, what can they do?
Get out the car with billy clubs and start
and do what? And shoot that group of people, because that's the only thing they could do. Because
they don't fear for their life.
The police officer.
Yes.
That's why they're backing the car up, and they are chasing the car and hitting it. Now, the difference between yeah.
Okay, so how do we deal? Okay, so we talked about the people on the end of the block. How do we deal with these street driving? How do we deal with this, Ruthie?
With the street driving or with these?
Well, first of all, just this whole concept. Like, clearly the white folks are, and the Latinos are like, we're not backing down. They are literally how are you shooting projectiles?
Got them from Indiana.
And you know it's going to be some black people out there that just want to see, because I think we just be like, wait, y'all get to do this to the police and nobody's tripping?
But peep, it's only a couple police. Like, what can the police do except match their force?
Match their force.
But if they match their force, then they gon' police brutality,
Ruthie.
use of force. So in today's
I'm not
day and
concerned.
age, like the police hands are kind of tied for dealing with stuff like this.
So what do we do? Like, what do you do if, like, again, that is just like they're launching fireworks.
The best approach, which is the reactionary approach, is going to be to implore technology to find them and do the ordinance. That's really all you can do, unless I cannot see a police officer in today's society in the city of Chicago putting they career and they life on the line for people doing street stunts or whatever you call it. Now this is the thing that bothers me, because I feel like if these were black people, then the police would do that. It depends on what the cause is. And that's why Mayor Light feel like we ain't putting them statues back up. Because what does it look like for CPD officers to put their lives on the line and their careers to stop somebody from doing stuff like this? Like, what can they do? They gonna chase them? They gonna tase them? Or they gonna shoot them? Like, what other options do you have? Tase, chase, or shoot? If you are actively on patrol.
There's 2 out of 3 easy.
Which one they gonna do?
Tase and chase.
If you tase one, then you run the risk of the other ones jumping on you.
Get some rubber bullets.
You shoot or
Where's the rubber bullets?
You shoot or deploy rubber bullets. Then that's excessive force.
This is excessive force. They are straight up on attack. They are launching projectiles at the police.
Police can't defend themselves in a certain way nowadays. They just got to retreat. And they not supposed to.
What does that mean for us then, Ruthie? Retreat? Just sit there and
for us as
Ruthie, so just sit in traffic and hope that nobody says, "Oh, she's a cutie." Open the door.
I'm just trying to tell you, I got caught in one of those, and it was scary. It was scary because I could tell that there was a camaraderie amongst the Latinos that they was not going to share with me. So you just better roll your window up.
Juan, what do you say? You got to get one of them. That's when your Tesla came in effectively, because Antonio got a Tesla that go. You could just change your horn. They be like, oh,
okay, and they would have let me through.
Yeah, they be like, I
had my patch died then, so I was good.
You was good to go.
Hey, they do got the Lil Murder hairstyle though. Not Lil Murder. What's his name? Lil Homicide. Lil Homicide. Yeah. Look, remember Lil Homicide? He had the haircuts.
The shag.
Yep, I'm gonna show y'all. They all. First of all, let me ask a question, and I want to talk about something that I learned the other day about what we need to be looking at. So, Ruthie, these are the gentlemen that were Giovanni Arujo, Guillermo Mota Jr., and Yair Cruz Roman.
You gonna say how old they are? No.
I'm sure they like 17s and 18s. Caller, you're on the Maze Jackson Show. How should we handle these street, when they shut down the streets and these street racers, street driving? What they call this, Ruthie?
Sideshows.
How do we deal?
Like a little car show, a little sideshow car show, yeah.
Man, car show I go to, you sit in your chair and you be quiet. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show.
They left.
Oh, they left. So, should we deploy force to deal with these?
Yep.
So I got a question. What's the difference from that and from when you go to the conservatory circle? Like, have you ever drove on Central Park? They're out there on the curb barbecuing.
That's different.
Chilling. That's different.
So I would tell you this. I feel like outside chilling, barbecuing on the curb, sitting there, like you can avoid the circle. You cannot, you can avoid the circle, Riis. Yes? Can you avoid the circle? Yeah, you can. You can go Kedzie. You can go Pulaski. You can avoid the circle. They literally take over a street where people live. Now, I feel like I am comfortable with everything being contained in the circle. Speaking of that, what happened at the circle this weekend? How did the concert go?
I don't go to the circle.
I heard there was. Didn't they have the Garfield Park? Didn't they have the festival there or something?
It might be no news is good news.
Well, anyway. So Riis, that's different. Like this goes back to me saying I'm okay with it being in the park, but I'm not okay with them having a festival across the middle of the street. Right? Same thing. Like, this is public way. Like, if I'm just walking, you understand y'all could be walking down Madison and Morgan, by Madison and Morgan. And what happens when you walking down Madison and Morgan and the street, and then somebody decide that they gonna spin out? These are residential streets. Can I tell you what? If they were at a parking lot, like what's the matter?
These videos are
Send me
crazy.
Send it to me. Seem like they got all they need is machine guns.
CPD?
No. To be Kyle Rittenhouses. Ooh. This is the same thing that Kyle, like, what happens when we, so let me ask a question. What happens when they say they finna do this on 35th and King Drive? Do we have to just take it?
Don't park your car on the street.
Do you mean to tell me that somebody could come and just decide? Well, I'm gonna tell you, they had Jackson and, like, if you drive out west, all of the straight through streets, you see the circles where they have just destroyed the whole.
And my thing is, we already struggling with potholes and repaving. So what's the cost to the taxpayers?
They don't be going to Little Villita doing it.
I knew, but see, the south side, the west side, nothing is off limits. Because once they let them do this downtown with really like no repercussions, ain't no hope for nobody else. If the white people in Lakeview from their high rise condos ain't got enough juice to prevent this, we ain't got enough on the south side. But we do have pretty wide streets. So I'm just wondering, like, is there a scoping crew that goes out to
wait, they opening the car doors?
That's why I sent you that video and was trying to throw projectiles into it.
No, this isn't real. This isn't real.
I thought the same thing.
This is not real.
Look at the one above and beneath it. It's two. Look at them.
They are literally. They chasing the police car. Wait. They did open the door. Okay. Like, y'all. Okay. This is.
That's why I was like, what is going on? Like, this is real. No mask on their face, and they recording it.
Okay. I mean, they are. Okay. They are launching fireworks at the cars. They are literally they trying to break the doors off. How did they get? Wait, you're on the top of the. Okay, this is not understandable to me.
But did you see how the police officer drove forward, right, with him on top of that car? If that person would have got injured, they would have held that CPD officer liable. See, check this out. You see that? They would have probably took that police officer's job if that person would have got hurt from flying off that car.
Ruthie, I'm gonna tell you what would have happened.
CPD is powerless to do anything against it. They come off better staying in their car so they don't get hurt.
Right, and you do not want to provoke a riot. So you just get out the way, all that, and then it's 2022. After this, you just go and tell them you traumatized and you need some mental health days. Boom, you free. That's it. Can't beat that.
You're right, Riis,
you can't beat that. Did you just see us out there? Listen,
someone climbed on top of my squad car.
Yeah, bro. I need a mental health day, bro.
Listen, I know CPD officers. They are black, so I don't know if this makes a difference, but it's certain type of crime they ain't trying to engage in because they ain't trying to get caught up. Because if a police officer in this circumstance was to get out of their car and tase somebody, how fast can you reload that cartridge? Because by the time you tase that one person, you finna have 5 more.
That's why you need an M16.
You can't shoot to kill like that.
Shoot, man! I load that bad boy with rubber bullets. People will be ow.
Protecting and serving. You are just trying to minimize the damage as much as possible. If they need that, they need to call a SWAT team or reinforcement. There's nothing.
But do we really have the resources to deploy?
That's
deploy
what I'm saying.
to this?
Like, you don't.
The
even
answer is probably no.
So what do you do? Just go in your house?
But see, the thing is that the city cannot admit that they are powerless to stop this. But if this is happening like every weekend, pretty frequently, ain't that an indication that they powerless to stop it? They need to kick that retroactive plan into place, start a whole another division that's called the pod camera watchers. And they go serve the people up, get the little tow trucks, who getting the contracts, make sure black people getting some of the contracts, and let us go tow these cars. Not only do you get your car towed and impounded, but you ain't getting it back. It becomes property of the city. So offset.
Ruthie, how you get? Who's the tow truck driver that's going to take the cars right there?
You ain't getting them from right there. You gonna have to. It's gonna have to be a stealth operation.
How much you get paid for that?
And check this out. Let me help you out, Brendan Riley, with your ordinance, Alderman. Let me help you out.
Do you ain't gonna charge them for this?
I'm gonna give some. I'm gonna give some for free. So anybody that get caught doing this, you gotta install one of them little things up in your car.
Oh, like you gotta breathe when you're drunk?
Yes, you gotta install one of those. How about that? Because one of my friends had to install one of them because he got caught with some weed. How is that helping with some weed? Exactly, because they don't make the distinction. It was a DUI back in the day.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what, and then you could blow in and they couldn't tell if you was high or not, right?
Exactly, stupid.
However, let me just tell you, for them, I bet somebody was out there drinking.
What? That's a party. It looked kind of fun. I ain't gonna stunt. If I was a sidecar person, I'd be out there too, hanging out the window. With my phone.
Are those really like side chicks? Those are like actual side chicks. All right, y'all, it's the Mace Jackson Show. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. What do we do about these street sideshows, which like straight up, they like...
My real question is, how these people got money for gas and money to be replacing these tires? What I want to know. Am I the only person that's wondered that?
Oh, Jesus. I be thinking that too. Like, I'd be like, you know how much tires cost? It is the Mace Jackson Show. Let's go to the live line. Callers, you on the Mace Jackson Show. I missed the Porsche convergence this weekend. Man, I was mad. I seen them too. What's up, caller?
Good morning, my son.
Hey, Sister Zakia. How you doing?
Well, I'm doing much better. But if I could just reiterate, as a teenager of the 60s, and someone who enjoyed watching crazy cars going in circles and bikes doing wheelies and all of this stuff we used to enjoy down on 31st Street in the 60s. The solution, I believe, for this would be giving these racers some space. You got horse racing. You got bike paths for bikers. You got race cars racing all around the tracks and all of that kinds of thing. Skateboarders, they got their space to skateboard. So I believe if these stunt car racers and bike racers had a place where they could go and engage in their activity, I believe that would solve the problem. And the reason they're rowdy is because they're rebelling and they know the people don't want them doing what they want to do. And so when the police come, they just get bogus and rebel against it. But personally, there's some of us that enjoy watching that. And we would go and watch it if they had locations throughout the city to do what it is they like to do.
Now, Sister Zakia, does this mean to tell me you was a fast girl back in the day, hanging out with these these old car dudes, and being out there hanging around the guys with the cars? Then they was drinking and smoking with the cigarette pack on their arm. What you was out there doing, Sister Zakia? I'm gonna have to check. I'm gonna have to go look on the videos. You better not be out there with them people on King Drive.
No, I wouldn't be out there at 1 o'clock in the morning like that. But if they had space where they could perform like they like to perform in a peaceful manner, not disturbing anybody, I would certainly be out there watching it. And no, I wasn't, I had a boyfriend and I liked what he liked. He liked what I liked. And a lot of young people, we like to go out on the beach. We didn't have to pay for parking out at 31st Street Beach. We could stay out there until curfew. Okay? So You know, it was the action type of thing. Sister Zakiya likes a little action. And it was fun. It was fun. You know, it's still fun as far as I'm concerned. I don't like the rowdiness and the disrespecting the police and all that, but that's just rebelling because they want to do what they like to do and nobody will let them do it. That's what that's about.
Okay, Sister Zakiya coming out on the side of the shorties. I feel like they should have a place. I'm okay with them having a track. I'm even okay with them saying, okay, we got these vacant parking lots. Let the kids go ahead and do their thing in the parking lots and have their little stunt shows. I'm okay with that. I just think it's crazy that...
I'm okay with it, too.
I just think it's crazy, though, that they take over our middle of our streets in the middle of the night and then be shooting at people. And I want it to be agreed upon, because I got to tell you, Sister Zakiya, if I came outside and it was the whole Latino X guys, I'd be a little nervous. And so I don't know that I would want them to be doing it in my neighborhood. But as long as they got a permit, right? And we got to be the issuers of the permit. Love you, sister. Thank you so much for always supporting. Hey, did you say something? All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Carla, you on the Maze Jackson Show. What do we do about these street racers in the middle of the street? Sister Zakiya said, I like it. What you got, Carla?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. What's up, James?
Taking my call, Brother Maze. Not much, man. Nothing nasty. Nothing nasty. I just want to say...
you like nasty. Precursor.
I just want so these basically Hispanics and white people out there doing this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, we all know that if these are black people doing this, there will be shots ringing. I can tell you back. I can tell you back in the late '90s, it was a thing for young people to hang out on Madison Street between Laramie and Cicero, and sometimes even across Cicero. You know, the police would come out straight harassing us, and they would just be standing outside doing nothing, just talking. You know, maybe drinking and smoking and that type of thing. You know, but nobody was abusing anybody.
James, that's something they're drinking and smoking. And
that's not nasty. Keep going. You good, James? You still good, dog?
Well, I didn't look. I didn't hear what he said. I heard him kind of say something, but I didn't understand what he said. But my point is, the police was out there. They're like, you can't be out here. And now you got these people even jumping on police cars, and nobody's getting shot. The police was straight up threatening people, you know, trying to put them in jail, put them in cuffs, you know, all that stuff. Right there on Madison between Laramie and Cicero. That was the main strip. You know, now the traffic might have been a little slow. You could have just went on Washington, you know, right around the corner from Madison, or you could have took another street to get away from there. But nobody was doing anything. You know, people just out there showing their cars and their outfits, that type of thing. They weren't out there jumping on police cars and jumping on police. So you know, this is, and we also have an issue with Hispanic cops attacking black people, you know, like white cops, you know. So this is a thing that we need to understand. When it's black people doing anything, like they having fun in public, the police is all over it. I had a buddy with a club on Madison Street. I think that's the Cicero side of the street. Old Park was right across the street from it. The police would be out there because it was a black club. You know, whatever black people do, it's an issue. And this is the reason why I love Sister Ava Muhammad. She put things in perspective for me a long time ago. You know, when we talk about what black people do, you know, we got a whole government against us at every move. You got to be extraordinary to achieve things, you know. And this is why Dorothy Tillman mentioned how she was real upset with Oprah Winfrey, because when they was trying to get her off television, her Jesse Jackson and other black people, they fought for her. And where is she now? What is she doing for Chicago now? You know what I'm saying? So when we get money, we need to realize that we need to come back to our communities and make things happen, make police back off, make the public officials get on top of people harassing black people. You know, you can't even have fun. But look at what these Hispanic people are doing, jumping on cars, all that stuff. I can't even believe that. I didn't even know that was going on, actually. You know, it's insane. It's ridiculous. But I can tell you this. It's because these people on the police force are Hispanics and whites, and it's okay when they do crazy stuff. But the black people just standing around talking, maybe smoking a little weed, drinking a little bit, you know, not doing anything, just socializing, that's a big problem. And I saw that when I was in the Navy. If you see a couple black people standing around talking to each other, they want to break it up.
Well, that's the no loitering laws, though. You know? Honestly, like no, that's literally goes back to no loitering laws and us standing around because remember after slavery, people was put out and they didn't have nowhere to be, so they would congregate and talk. And then that's what the white boys would use to be like the no loitering laws, which then would allow them to hit you with the 13, which was putting you back in slavery with the 13th Amendment, right? Because there was a no loitering law. You ain't got no ID. And hence the West Side ID, right? Like the reason that people used to have them was just so that they could have something to identify themselves. But James, what you're talking about is true. Like I just can't imagine a world anywhere. Riis,
the man said they weren't outside doing nothing. I mean, they was smoking and drinking. That's
okay. So this is me.
I mean, I get what he said, but
Riis. So here's the craziest part, though. Think about this: when the white businesses, the white bars, they shut down all of the bars and clubs in our neighborhoods, right? They voted all our stuff dry. When the pandemic came and the white people were hurting, guess what they did? They got rid of the open liquor law. You could carry liquor. You could go walk up and now everybody had an open stand and you could go and buy liquor from the window at the restaurants that were closed and walk up and down the street and drink. Like when you talk about what happens, I love freaking Randolph Full Market, but like that's open air. And my man, like, I was at a restaurant the other day where literally white people were smoking joints in the restaurant. Like, in a high, because it was a rooftop. And I'm sitting there like, is this really possible? Caller, you on the Mace Jackson show. What's up? Do we keep the, what do we, caller go?
Good morning.
Good morning. Who this?
Good morning, lady.
Anthony, what's up, man? Good. What's up, man?
You, brother.
Talk to me, man. Talk to me.
Man, Maze, first of all, stop playing. The police is for police and black folks. They never were designed to go grab a bunch of white folks. Okay? Stop playing.
Dang.
When most of these police departments got their charters right after the abolishment of slavery, okay? Once they abolished slavery, that's when they start having police run around here. They had been, before that, they were doing stuff like capturing slaves and returning them to plantations. But after they abolished slavery, we gonna police you black anyway. Okay, they don't go over nobody else's community and do that. They're not a presence in nobody else's community like they are over here. And in regards to what's going to happen about them drifting everywhere, anywhere they want to, you have to have the National Guard on call. Somebody with numbers that can be, overwhelming. Unique force with force, Jack. Now, the mayor don't want to admit that this is the guy that her administration allowed the city to get out of hand. But it had.
So you saying it's out of hand? I feel like it's out of hand, but I feel like in today's world, you can't say nothing out of hand. You gotta be like, that's trauma. They had driving trauma when they were growing up, and now they're being freed from the ability to drive crazy.
Listen to this. I spend most of my day trying to avoid becoming inappropriate. You know, because you can say something or do something inappropriate behavior, and they'll snatch you up for that. But there is no boundaries with what white folks do. And them Latinx people think that they're going to get away with this for a while. Wait till them white folks turn on them. Wait till them white folks turn on them and let them know they don't have blue eyes. You know, to get out of jail free card, them old blue eyes.
Ooh, look at you. You third railing. You third railing. What you over here doing? You having a party?
It's the truth.
You going in. I'm like, what you right. Look, the third party, man. I just feel like this, y'all. I just feel like they got to say something. Like, so you know what I think, though, Ruthie? I think that when we get a new mayor, especially if it's like, I feel like all of this stuff, it's going to be like they're going to want a law and order mayor. Like, I feel like right now you could probably pass stop and frisk, if that makes sense. Like, the way things are going, I think you can find people who would not trip on that. I don't know, man. This is crazy.
Man, the police, when you got 3,000 people running loose downtown, and you got 400 cars of police out there, they don't have the numbers, man. They not gonna get out there and get beat down. If they get out that car, it's gonna look worse than them jumping up and down on them cars.
You think they would beat them police up?
Then
out there? You think
they'll beat them punks? They will beat them Mexicans and white boys to death.
Wait, the police? Wait, who you think is gonna snap? The police or
the mob will beat them police to the ground, man.
You believe that? Do you think
that's why they're not getting? I know that.
Wait, y'all literally believe that these people, if given a chance, if the police was out the car, they'll whoop the police?
Whoop them. Yes. All them against them.
Man, when people ain't...
So you whoop them? So my thing is, would not anybody be thinking, would the police be wrong for shooting?
They would have to shoot. That's how bad they be getting whooped.
Y'all think that these people got
stupid if you get out that car. You stupid if you get out that car.
Yeah, they gonna whoop them.
You stupid.
You think they'll whoop them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember they was throwing the frozen water bottles at them when they was protesting the Columbus statue?
Is there anything that Mayor Lightfoot can do to get this back in the bottle?
Start packing.
You wrong.
Start packing.
Oh, you wrong for this. You was wrong for that one. That was a good one.
Get a goofy behind out of town, man. You know what? And let me stop.
Well,
you have a great rest of your day, man.
Anthony,
you know I keep talking to you like it's just me.
You be right. Now, don't have your therapist calling you, getting you in trouble. Like, don't be getting me in trouble, because you know you be talking, and then she gonna be like, you be talking like don't nobody know who you are.
She's a fan of the show too. That's why she know what I be saying. Maybe she be listening. She was listening when you was at the last platform. But we'll talk about that some other day. We ain't on there. But anyway.
I appreciate you, Anthony. Thank you, man. It was good seeing you Saturday, too. Look, y'all, it's the Mace Jackson Show. Anybody else on that line? I can't believe y'all think that they gonna whoop the police. Like, have I just been too trained? I feel like I am trained. No, I really am.
They trained too. They just trained to go.
So do you call the police when that happens? Like, what, Ruthie, how do we respond? Riis, how do you respond? Like, if that's your block, you just let them have it? Like, what can you do?
Ain't nothing you can do. Get out the way.
Yeah, they blind. It's cool. I go to sleep. I ain't got to go nowhere.
What if it's at 10:30?
At night? That's cool. I ain't going nowhere.
I be talking to kids. I be quiet.
Ain't nothing you can do.
I might do like the block party and go out there and
So there are times as a citizen in Chicago when there's just nothing you can do.
Wasn't you around for the uprisings?
Why you always gotta be say some smart stuff?
Cause that's the epitome of feeling powerless and helpless.
I actually felt probably more because I was just like, you could just be ready for anything. Now I feel like I be walking around like I'm trying to be civil, and it's like there's a purge going on, and I feel like, should I not be strapped all the time? Stay ready, so you have to get ready. Okay. Well, thank y'all for this conversation. This was a good one. I'm gonna stop it right here. I'm going to talk to you about something that I learned this weekend. And then one of the other things is it continues to why we have to start to reconnect. So, Ruthie, this Friday, after I got my hair cut, I stopped at Q's Lounge on 83rd. You know, Black Fire Brigade. Where everybody be going. And I got there, and there was really only a few people there, but it was interesting because one of the people there was a pretty significant political operative for a pretty significant political organization. I gotta be honest, like, we've always been cool and cordial, but you know, like, I feel like sometimes people are cool and cordial, like, to tolerate me, but it's like, it was like, just like, Maze, welcome, you know, sit down, I got your drink, blah, blah, blah. So, first of all, somebody bought me a drink. Right? It was cool with that. And you know, I consider myself pretty astute politically. And I missed one. And she pointed it out. And I think we, as black folks, have got to... This is the perfect case of nuance. So, Ruthie, you know how did you see on this paper when I was talking about, and we didn't go too far, we didn't even talk to it, but I don't know if you saw on the paper when I talked about Sophia King leaving, and I said that there's going to, Alderman Leslie Hairston calling it quits, which makes Alderman Hairston, Alderman Osterman, Alderperson Kappelman, Austin, and Cardenas on the way out the doors. Then you got Sophia King, Ray Lopez, and Rod Sawyer running for mayor. Then you got Tom Tunney on the bubble, as well as Howard Brookins and Ed Burke. And so one of the things I was talking about was there's going to be a city council realignment. But what I didn't take into my calculation, and if you look at my little list, I said that the new factions or caucuses would be the Black Caucus, the Latino Caucus, the Latinx Caucus, the Progressive Caucus, and the White Caucus LGBTQ. And Ruthie, you notice I said Latino and Latinx caucuses. I had a very interesting revelation this weekend about the dichotomy of what's happening in the Latino community. And after I take this call, I'm going to tell you about it, because what I really think, Ruthie, is that there's an emerging, our power dynamic in Illinois, in Chicago, has morphed. And I think we have to start making a distinction between Latino and Latinx in Chicago. And I know, like, it's funny because, you know, when they poll Mexicans or like U.S. citizens, they hate the term Latinx, but it keeps getting pushed out there and keeps getting pushed on, because the Latinos and the Latinx, to me, are two different distinct groups. And it never really dawned on me the distinction. So after I take this call, I'm going to talk to the caller. Caller, we're going to talk about the distinction between Latino and Latinx and what we need to be prepared for or paying attention to. Caller, it's the Mace Jackson Show. What you calling about?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can.
Hey, peace family, this is Erica. How y'all doing? Good morning.
What's up, Erica? What's up, Sister Erica? It was good seeing you on Saturday.
Likewise, always good to see y'all. I know y'all moved on from the topic, but I just wanted to say how I think it's funny how when the police can come and brutalize our communities on a regular basis, but then when it comes time for them to show up to actually do their job, they're, in air quotes, forced to get back into their cars. I just want everybody, when you get a chance, to YouTube April 1st with New Era Chicago. And the video that you guys going to see is not the police. You know, the police that everybody likes to, oh, don't disrespect the police, this, that, and the third. Those were our enemies out there attacking women and children.
Hold on.
They surrounded us.
What day was it, sis?
April 1st. I believe it was 2017. You know, we had, you know, the nation had come. Detroit, the Detroit, our mother chapter had brought like maybe 15 young brothers with them. And they arrested 2 of them. They tased one of our guys from Chicago, and 4 of our brothers from New Era Chicago was arrested, and they attempted to charge them with felony charges. You know, so, you know, when this type of stuff happens, I would only like to believe that it's our ancestors. But at the same time, you know, we got to get busy. You know, we have to be the ones that protect our own communities, you know, from sun up to sundown. And we can't depend on the police, you know, like everybody would like to think that we can, because those are the people that terrorizing our communities more so. So that's my piece on that, family.
I appreciate it. So we're playing the video right now of the New Era Chicago police interaction. Shout out to New Era Chicago. It is crazy to me it is like amazing to me, Ruthie, that we feel like we can't do nothing about it. Like, what am I missing? Oh my God. Oh, wait, hold on, wait. Are you seeing this? How is that? Okay, so wait. Same police. Whoa. Knees, same police. Wait. Oh, okay. Okay, the video is playing, Sister Erica. Yeah, this is crazy. That's kinda. There's women out there. Wait, what? Okay, it'd be too much for me. All right, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Anybody else on that line? Carla, you on the Maze Jackson Show. What do we do about these street races? This video is really blowing me though. Like, it's crazy. See, so let me say, Ruthie, when I say I was trained, this is what I am trained to understand by police. So when you tell me that they can't do anything, I'm like, wait, I have seen crazy. Look, you see him when I told you, get your club out. My man just had his club out.
Not them ripping the flags. They look like
this is personal. They was deployed.
No, you know. Never mind.
Tell me.
I ain't gonna say it. But it looked kind of like Palestine a little bit.
Yeah,
you ever seen the Israeli people snatch them flags from the Palestinians?
Yes. Look at this. Maze Jackson Show. Caller, what's up? We can't do nothing though. Go ahead, caller. You on the Maze Jackson Show. Look at all that red, black, and green. Go ahead. What's up?
Good morning, Maze. Good morning, Riis. Good morning.
Good morning.
Female co-host.
Good morning.
How y'all doing today?
Good.
But the situation with that is police are standing down. Your mayor, Lightfoot, probably told them to stand down, and you're going to have mayhem and chaos. And what are the mayoral candidates going to say about this when they're running for mayor? Put that question to them and to question to Willie Wilson. What you going to do about this situation with what you saw in that video with the policemen just backing off and away from the people attacking the cars, the police officers, and police not arresting nobody? You ask the mayoral candidates when they come on your program what they're going to do.
Okay. What should we do? I'm just saying, like, this video is just blowing the hell out of me right now. It's really blowing the hell out of me.
It should, but still, if the police won't do their job, if they're scared, they're backing down, what you gonna do with the real criminals start taking over your community and start breaking into your house and stealing that nice car you drive, babe?
I'm preparing to protect myself because I don't expect the cavalry. I just think it's crazy. So here's my thing, and I'm looking at this as an updated video. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. When you have mayhem and chaos in the city of Chicago, it's not only Chicago, it's the rest of the major cities, and the police not doing their job. What you gonna do? Is you gonna protect yourself and from the criminals and the mayhem and chaos, or you gonna, like James says on, we call them the other station, you're going to be heading to the woods, running to the woods. So you got to make a decision, Maze, because like I said, either the mayor or the governor had to call in the National Guard.
He walking with a billy club. Go ahead.
If the mayor and the governor don't do anything, if the governor don't call in the National Guard, then we're doomed, mate. We're doomed.
All right. Thank you, caller. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I appreciate you. We got anybody else on the line? Caller, what do we do? I'm looking at this video. I see Brother Eric. I see New Era Chicago, and they are cleaning up a neighborhood. I mean, that's a beautiful sight to me. Like seeing all those black people organized, red, black, and green, taking responsibility for their neighborhoods. And we saw that beat down that we just saw. Hold on, James. Hold on. And you see what's possible when it's us, and then tell me just in the same breath what's not possible, what they can't do. If you told the police, strap up, put on your riot gear, y'all could go have at them, and they could pull up in trucks and buses and be riot shielded and geared and everything else, like they was. Remember what happened during the stuff was happening? They was ready to fight. The reason was they couldn't fight was because they got told to stand down. That's why we didn't during the uprisings. Because if we would have turned it, look at them. Or come on, James, talk to me because I done went off the deep end. Go ahead. What's up, caller? How you feeling, brother?
It's all right, bro. It's your show. You got a right to go off on the deep end. And to get this morning start off,
James.
With that being said, bro, let's keep this a buck. Hey, Ruthie, I agree with Ruthie 100%. If that was black people, we would have been mowed down. But look at it this way, man. Strength is in numbers. I guarantee you that cop car that got hit with the bricks, bro, those were Latino cops in that car. I could put my last dollar on. The thing is now, Latinos is in the police department, they're in our political realms. They're doing what we should have did. And they're only, the thing is, they're looking out for their people. No, they ain't gonna get out there and blast their own people because their own people gonna deal with them when they come home and get off work. So that's a major factor, but that's also coming in, like I said, our political realm. The Latinos is just coming in full strength. They in the political position to say, hey, you're not gonna get up there and start blasting my people now. Yep, they was doing what they were supposed to do, but why didn't you arrest them? But see, if those white folks, like Ruthie said, oh, dude, it would be a bloodbath. Man, the coroner wouldn't have, he's dead. Scoop him up, get him up out of here. That's what would have happened.
See, yes.
There's too many raceways. I'm sorry, bro.
No, you're right. I wasn't cutting you off. I was like, you're right.
So if Cicero, they had a speedway. Why don't they send them over there? They could have used that to wild out. But basically, my point was, bro, if those were Latinos and they got their position of power, bro, and this is what happens when you got people in the right places to do things and they gonna stand up for their people. This is the result you get. We can do what we want to do, and I dare you to do something about it. Have a good day, man.
Yeah, right. Thanks, James. It's the Maze Jackson Show. This New Era video is blowing the hell out of me. It is really blowing the hell out of me. To see that they was out here cleaning up these neighborhoods in our space and to watch, like, that was the outcome of, like, so The other guys was speeding, spinning out, doing everything, tearing up the hole you dig. You see them walking, trying to clean up our neighborhoods. And the police, I mean, they was walking around with billy clubs. They had them out. They was ready. I don't think there's nothing they can't do to these people. I think that they ain't willing to do it to these people. Because those people are not expendable. I just want to point out something on the Latino side. And we'll talk about this a little bit later because we do it. But Ruthie, I told you on my papers I got Latino, and Latinx. Mm-hmm. A lot of the strides that we are seeing made in Illinois or in Cook County by the Latino community is not the Latino community that you would think it is, i.e., the well-to-do or the Mexicans and Puerto Ricans that have been in Chicago for generations. That is often the Latino community that I am talking about when I talk about these power struggles, when I talk about like the HDOs and all of that good stuff. And then I talk about the traditional, which was Chewy. Ruthie Chewy, though, has made his home, his base, a different kind of Latino. And I think we have to be cognizant of Latinos and Latinx in that when I think of Latino, I think of the old school Puerto Ricans and Mexicans that have been part of the political system. But a lot of the Latinos that are now in the space that we talk about as socialists, etc., do not come from Mexico, do not come from Puerto Rico. You know where they come from? Guatemala, Ecuador, all of those places. And when we see this immigrant push, even as you talk about Mexico, it is not the people from Mexico, but it is the people traveling through Mexico to the border, which is why they're pushing them over. And so when you see all of these calls for the undocumented, etc., and the immigrants, what we are recognizing, or what was pointed out to me, was that we're not talking about competition now. The same, how can I put this? The Latinos that we've known for the past are now in competition with the Latinx, who can supplant them because they still have the Latino component, but they are not Americanized. They are still, so when you look at the Rodriguezes and the Sigcho Lopezes, etc., they are not coming from Mexico. They are coming from the countries beneath, like Guatemala, like Ecuador, etc. I use those two, but they're coming from the poorer countries and traveling through Mexico. And so this fight for undocumented immigrants is not really a fight of Latinos. If you pay attention, our guy Freud all the time is on the broadcast, whose family was in the 10th Ward for 2 and 3 and 4 generations. Those Latinos have a much different perspective than the Latinx that are now eating up everything. So when you look at when you look at these new wins by the Latino community, they are really Latinx wins. And they are now, if you really pay attention, they are now killing all of the old, the same way we're getting mollywopped, they're getting mollywopped. They are now putting the gun to the heads of the traditional old school Latinos, utilizing Chewy as their chief. Chewy was like, oh, so the Latinos kick me to the curb. I'm going to be the father of the Latinx. And then I'm going to come back and use the Latinx to come kill all of the people who were against me. And so as we start to have these conversations, as we go into the mayor's race, we got to start thinking about who our real friends are, who our enemies are, who our allies are. But we gotta we gotta go a level deeper. So I gotta tell you, that was like one of the most enlightening political conversations, and we did it all in the course of one beer. Which is why we all gotta get back to talking. Cause the sister was like, we ain't against you, you ain't against us. But just so you know, you was mad at this version of us, and I ain't that. And there's different divisions, and that the whole premise was like, just because you wear the title don't mean you got the same interests, which goes back to our black people, black and black. You know what I mean?
But see, I feel like at some point their interests do converge.
But
that's how they get us.
Well, I feel like their interests converge because they share that last surname. But now so here's what I'm saying. Chewy leveraged that piece, and then once he got a hold of that piece and everybody started bowing down, then he came back and did the Michael Corleone and started cutting people who was his old. So like, I'm gonna use you to get there. So we gonna be, remember when he did the whole Latinos and all of us are together regardless? Remember, and it was like Susanna and all these people that was Madigans and everything. And then he established his power. Oh, I stopped it. My bad. He established his power. He used all of those people to get there. And because they were scared, they started bowing down. Then, Ruthie, guess what? Once he had them, you know what he did? He went back and killed them. He going back, killing. So now, the Iris Martinez's of the world now have to be concerned about Chewy Garcia deciding he wants, because if he puts up another Latina, it could be an Ecuadorian Latina, but we don't know the difference. So now it's Latina versus Latina in a space, but it's not the Latina that we know, and she trying to figure out, how do I call her? You on the Mace Jackson show? Call her.
Hey, but May.
Deacon Quarles, man, what's going on?
Oh, nothing much. I was just seeing that video. That's my old stomping ground back in the 70s.
Okay.
In West Inglewood. Those type of activities, and I had to look at it from a tactical standpoint. Those type of activities, and when planned, have to be planned, and they should include a measure of security, some type of security component. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean everybody go out there packing and stacking. No. Security means, okay, Mr. Alderman, okay, now here's the political piece. We're about to walk out here. You want to join us? Oh, no? Okay, let me write that down. Okay. Miss Mayor, we're going to be out here. You want to come join us? No? Okay, let me write that down. See, so now there's no reason they can say, oh, we didn't know. So now, when they get the word, oh, they're going to be out there. No bother. Okay. Because they're not doing anything out of the way. You understand? The only reason that they reacted to them the way they did is because they knew that they would not get any kickback from it. There would be no political pressure. There would be no social pressure or nothing of that nature. That's the only reason that happened that way. So what were they doing? Cleaning up the neighborhood, walking in the neighborhood. But yet, as you said, you can do donuts in the middle of the street and the cops jump back in the car. Because they know there's going to be some kind of political kickback. So everything we do, is what I'm saying, has to be approached from a tactical standpoint, in that every avenue is covered. Security is one major component, but also political. We can't jump out willy-nilly and just, we're going to walk. Okay, well, that doesn't work good. So that's all I'm saying. And I approach everything from that way, simply because that's the way I think. I'm trained to think that way, and can't help myself. That's all I got. Hey, listen, give me a holler when you all come to the Southland. Okay?
We definitely will, Deacon Quarles. We definitely will, but we need you. Come on down to the South Side. I appreciate you as well. Look, let me tell you, this security thing he mentioned, we tried that. Ruthie, I was just thinking, like, we want to put some security protocols in, but then when we secure, then people be like, hey man, don't be giving me no security. I just want to be safe. It's like we want to be secure, but we don't want. It's like it's an offense to everybody. No, I think we just got to protect each other, man. It's like I just want to know I'm in the room with. This New Era video has blown the hell out of me. I got to tell you, it really has. It really has blown the hell out of me, because when have black kids seen, look, and then how are the Latino police officers in charge of telling the black people not to clean up their own neighborhood? That's bothersome to me. And then it's in West Inglewood, which eventually they're now moving to.
I'm glad we don't got the sound.
You said what?
I'm glad we can't hear what's being said.
See what you say? Don't play with me, cause you know But y'all telling me they can't do nothing about these people?
All we say to America is be true to what you said on paper.
I just think it's crazy.
All we say to America is be true to what you said on paper.
Crazy, man. That's look, y'all. It is unbelievable to me that Ruthie, you tell me you feel that there's nothing we can do about these people. Nothing. And then I look at these videos and I see what they're willing to do to us. Hard out here for a pimp sometimes. I just know.
That's why you got my boys up on the E-way choking them out. You feel me?
Man. A lot going on in the world, man. A lot going on in the world. All right, y'all. So for Maves and Riis and Ruthie, you lucky they won't let me play the beginning of it. They was like, don't start that mess again. I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show. Ruthie, you got anything else you want to say before we go to my bad?
I just still want to know how them people getting all the money for these gas and these tires. That's what I want to know.
Well, they white and Latino, so they parents are the cartel. DJ Riis, anything for the people?
Nope.
All right. I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Peace.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that built us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that built us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.